Developed and published by Capcom for multiple video gaming consoles in 2021 was that of Resident Evil Village. A period of years after the events of Resident Evil 7, Ethan Winters is living a quiet life with his wife Mia Winters and their newborn daughter of Rosemary. But due to circumstances depicted in the game, Ethan is forced to once again fight for himself as well as his new family. Roughly halfway through the game, Ethan has to venture through House Beneviento to go up against the lady of the house, being that of Donna Beneviento. Casual lore or details for Donna were intentionally vague, to give her a sense of mysteriousness that the other lords lacked. Popular opinion had it that Donna and her circumstances were some of the least mentioned or even known within the entire game of Resident Evil Village. What was known is that the Beneviento family descended from Berengario, and the family were somewhat known favorably by villagers. Even before the family was approached by Miranda, Donna herself was hinted at to have severe mental conditions. A huge aspect of her personality being that of social anxiety as a young child. Despite the best efforts of the family to help Donna, nothing was able to be done, and she became an almost mute child, not necessarily being able to speak for herself at all. Her father then hand carved the infamous doll, that which she carried with her everywhere. The doll did not make her situation any better, as Donna often talked to people through the doll, with her speaking to the doll, and if people were near her, the doll acted as a bridge between her and them in terms of a conversation. Once Donna became older, she learned ventriloquism to speak through the doll and to throw her voice in place of the doll in a more eerie way, which frightened villagers. Through circumstances, Miranda had a family member, Bernadette, be chosen for the Cadeau tests, but she later died as a result. The trauma led to Donna's parents both committing suicide, as the withdrawn Donna became even more of a recluse, as her infamous reputation spread, and she mainly remained in the family home making dolls the way her father had taught her. Through unknown circumstances, when Donna was a young woman, she was eventually corrupted and transformed by Miranda's mold parasite. Another unknown fact is that the relation to Claudia, or speculation had it that it might have been a sister to Donna or even a possible daughter with an unnamed man. As a result of the Cadeau implant, Donna had a deformity over her left eye, but not within the eye itself. The mold allowed her to release a toxin that had breathers of the fumes hallucinate various things. Lore had it that Donna herself brought out the fears or desires of those affected. Rather than a victim of circumstance, writers and developers at Capcom were a bit divided on how to portray Donna in the game. The situation with her doll, Angie, where that she acted out her feelings and emotions through the doll, and using it as a behavioral outlet. According to dialogue in the Japanese version of the game, the doll itself was hinted at being a demonic item and partially influenced Donna's actions or decisions. A conversation between Donna and Angie had some sort of facial scar, which wasn't depicted on the character in the game as a result of Donna's disconnected personality, and even partially related to the loneliness caused by both of her parents killing themselves. Upon Donna's death, even Ethan mentions that it's time to get out of the house as quickly as possible. When players learned about the character, speculations had it that she was one of the most underrated characters in the entire game, the only one out of the four lords to be originally innocent and desiring just to be left alone. Donna was actually forced to fight Ethan by Miranda's demands. There were even speculations that Lady Dimitrescu believed Donna's story to be sad and had the impression that she was a victim of the life that she was forced to live. Others mentioned that while Donna might not have been originally evil, she was later corrupted by Miranda, the Cadeau, and even the Mole. As Ethan later spoke to the Duke about Donna after her death, and he basically said that Ethan shouldn't dismiss the evil that she had done. She might have been innocent originally, but her mental condition combined with the reasons had her to be just as evil as the other lords of the village. Further impressions that the reasons why the lore relating to Donna were somewhat inconsistent or even unknown were due to the many details about her being removed from the final version of the game. The Japanese dialogue about the mark on her face was just a particular detail. Other speculations had it that the Mia doll that Ethan interacted with was just just a massive hallucination supposedly inspired by Silent Hill, which players remarked at the entire home being slightly different from the rest of the game. The visual display of the house, to the interior of the house, even the physical appearances of Donna and Angie were Silent Hill themed. In the house of Beneviento, the baby was an enemy that Ethan encountered. When Ethan first encountered the baby, it was considered to be one of the most frightening experiences of the entire game due to players originally not expecting something like that to be experienced. Due to the baby not technically existing and being nothing more than a hallucination caused by Donna, it does give credence to it not being like anything else in the game. The reason why Ethan considered the baby to be so frightening from his dialogue as well as his actions were that the speculations had the baby to be a mental impression of his worries about Rosemary or even Mia, as the baby was considered to be a girl based on concepts from Capcom. However, a major aspect of it being technically real in some way was that the baby could devour Ethan for a kill if the player isn't able to escape the baby in the basement of the house. Theories had Ethan technically dying. However, it was still a hallucination. But how could Ethan have died? Theories had Ethan dying of a heart attack in that area due to the hallucinogens, and the eaten alive aspect was just a cognitive detail created by his mind with him dying from the heart attack. Sometimes a character could be forgotten because details of them were intentionally removed, and as a result they were later overshadowed by other characters instead.